Hi everyone, thanks for joining us. We're here for our playthrough of Alkemia, Destiny's Recipe. So I'm Adam. This is...
I'm Matt.
Eric.
Jeff.
And we're going to run through this game because we've got this beautiful prototype here and let's get started.
Alright, so we've already got the game all set up, for the most part. We have our characters picked out and the starting items and our starting hands all in front of us. And the only thing left to do for setup is to set up the foraging field. This is something that players will do, every time, and they're basically generating the map that they're going to be playing on. And because it's modular and these tiles are going to get put together different every game, you're going to pretty much play with a different map every time. And you can do a lot of fun and challenging designs, potentially, depending on how hard you want to be on yourselves. So we're going to get started with that. Jeff, you go first with the tiles.
Move that one in the center.
Ready to pick. Let's see. Thieves' Den.
Ooh.
Has to be right up the town.
That's not good for the town.
No.
Alright, next one up is a 6 movement fire tile.
Beautiful.
So what we're doing is we're putting down the tile just really quickly is that
The tree.
the rule is you just have to make sure that there's an arrow touching another arrow. What this does is creates a field where everything is accessible but not always easily accessible.
It's totally possible to have one-way paths on this, but you'll never find a tile that is locked out and unable to get to.
Swamp.
And you'll see there's a few different kinds of tiles that we have on here. Some are colorful and have the sort of circular elemental symbols like there, and the one Eric's putting down now. Those are our fertile patches, and that's where you'll be drawing reagents from to pretty much play this game. You need a hand of cards. And the other tiles are our curious sites, things like this Thieves' Den and the swamp over here. Yeah, and they have special powers, and you'll go to them to activate throughout the game and do some fun things.
Keep getting all the special.
And Jeff's drawing all the special tiles. Now, because Jeff drew the Temple of Greater Elemental Spirits, he's going to be our starting player.
You don't have to stand for this one.
Yeah, I was going to do it flat so it's easier to see.
That's fine. No, that's a good idea.
Think fire would be nice right here.
Yeah, let's close up some of those gaps.
Yeah.
You don't have to, but it usually makes it a little more difficult. Oh, another special tile.
Oh, they're excited.
It's calling to you.
That is, it is.
Where, oh where?
Yes, we're missing a lot of the elder ones. I guess these will be.
I sort of like right now. I was gonna say, I sort of like right now how the only way to access all of this is Thieves'
Through
Den.
the thieves that I know.
You want to get to the other half of this world, you'll have to go through
You
the
have to go
Thieves'
through the
Den.
Thieves' Den. I kind of like that too, so we're gonna not mess with that.
Yeah, let's try that out.
We're all experienced players, so we'll handle the the tricky map.
All right.
And see, so we played this game how many times? I've never seen a map layout like that for us. So
No,
This
that's
is
true.
a new one for
This is a
us,
new
so
one for us.
this will be fun.
Okay.
All right, so with the map all set up, we're able to get into the game, and Jeff drew the first player token, so he's gonna go first.
Go first.
And the first thing we do, our game is broken up into weeks. One kind of whole turn is a week, and the weeks have 3 phases. So we're gonna do the first phase, which is called the field phase. Field phase, we go in turn order, and pretty much just move around on the map, collect our reagent cards, which are lined up here, which are sort of the basic resources of the game that you'll use for everything. And also activate like the curious sites, like I mentioned. Pretty much everything that has to do with this field, we're going to do during the field phase, and we'll move on after that. So,
And we'll have a certain amount of actions that we can use to utilize the tiles and move our character pieces around as well.
which Jeff will
Which I
demonstrate
will
right
demonstrate
now.
So it's my turn. So what I'll do, make sure this is on some sort of video. I'm gonna roll a dice. This is 2, so our base actions are always 5, but then I get a bonus of 2, so I'll have 7 field actions for this turn. So let's see what I want to do.
It does help to look at your starting hand.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
I've already,
yes, that.
I have already
Goodness.
looked at mine, but I need to relook at it. So what I'm trying to do is collect and match what I had the recipe I have here, which is my character's starting item called Ring of the Unseen. You don't need to make it first, but it does give you something to sort of focus on from the get-go. Let's see. So what I'm going to do is I need another red. So I'm going to move here 1 and collect 2 reds. And then I'll go to green. So that was 1 move, 2 draws, and then another move. Now draw. Oh, I should do 1, 2, and 3. Let's see. Oh. I think I'll use this item, or this reagent's power. So I'm going to use this reagent's power called Helpful Carapace, which is when I'm on a fertile patch of earth, which I am, I can look at the top 2 cards, take 1, and then shuffle the rest back in. So, let's do that. Say I can do it again.
If you shuffle that one back in too.
Yeah, well,
So draw the top 2.
top 2, and then shuffle. No. Okay, that's okay then. And that shovels back in. Oh, no, there we go. And that would be the rest of my actions. And there not being anything else I can do or want to do would be the end of my turn. So what would happen is at the end of my turn, the dice and the action pawn will get moved.
Okay, so same thing for my turn. I'm going to start at 5 base forging actions, roll my die, and I get 3, so that brings my total to 8.
Lucky, lucky.
So lucky. So I will move 1, and I will draw 2 to start from that patch. 1, 2. So I will draw 1 more. The max you can draw from a single fertile patch is 3. So since I've drawn my max, I will move down to this trading post with my right pawn.
The correct color.
Come on, Rena.
She's a doll. She's colorblind.
Yes.
And to activate the Curious Sight tiles, I will need to spend one of my seed points here.
Every character starts with 2, and you can build them up as the game goes on. But that's how you activate all the curious sights on the field. And he did it on a trading post, and the trading posts correlate with the different recipe piles we have over here, the trading post piles. And he picked the top recipe off of that pile.
And
So now he's got 2 recipes that he's capable of making.
I do. Options are good.
Mhm.
And for the rest of my turn, I will simply move down to that water patch and draw 1.
Excellent.
And the last thing I'll do for my turn is I do have a reagent with a power. I have the Water Spirit. And for this one, I place it in my inventory, and it allows all of my water costs for recipes to be reduced by 1, which may help me later on.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
Spirits are good.
They are.
The spirits be with you.
Some of my favorite artwork too, so I really love those cards.
Yeah, the spirits.
Yeah, the artwork on those is beautiful.
Show you more of that later.
Alright, so I'm starting with 8. Let's see what we're going to do. So I'm going to move off into the trading post over here. It's the gear trading post. And I'm going to activate it to take the top recipe, which are the empowered spectacles. And then I'm going to move off of that up here for 1, and then here for another 1. So that's 1, 2, 3 actions total. And I couldn't go directly this way because there was no arrow taking you from the post to the fire tile, so I had to kind of go around and make a different path. But
Tricky, tricky.
that's what happens. I'm going to draw at least 2 from here. Let me see what I got. I'm going to draw 3 from here. Okay, which is the max, as Eric said. And then, where am I at? I'm gonna... The ones are so... Okay, I'm gonna move over onto Earth and draw one more. And that's all of my actions, and I don't think I'm gonna... No, I'm not gonna do anything else special at the moment. Alright, so my turn's over.
Excellent. Get my base of 5, see where I'm at. Ooh, up to 8. Alright, so Amber's Galhart is going to take a different turn here. We're going to go on this way through the Thieves' Den.
Dangerous.
Let's stop there quick. I'm not stopping there, though. Let's go right through. I'm scared. We'll get to that later.
Let me through.
That comes much later.
Pushing yourself through.
I'll stop over in water. I've already gone 2, so 1, 2. Sorry, camera. Okay.
Earthquake.
Careful.
There was an earthquake.
Take
Alkemia, I think everything's okay.
1, 2. Okay. And next I'll head over to my ether. Now that's a cost of 2. And what of it? I'm just gonna land here. I'll do 2 ether. Gather, gather. That's what I kind of want to do my first round. Let me tell you. And I am gonna, like Eric, I also have a spirit card. Mine is the ethereal spirit, so my ether costs all reduced by 1. That's very helpful. Let me tell you. And that did it. So
Okay.
back to the first player.
Alright, so that is one complete turn of the field phase, and now that it's gone back to our starting player, we move into the next phase, which is the alchemy phase. The alchemy phase, we will all be taking our turn at the same time, and pretty much what you're doing here is spending any of the reagents from your hand that you've been collecting to satisfy any of the recipes that you have in your inventory. So if I'm capable of making either of these recipes, or both, you can make as many as you have cards for, then this will be the time when you'll sacrifice those cards, discard them, and gain access to some new powers and abilities. So we'll just do that. And is anybody going to make anything? We should probably talk about it the first time.
Yeah.
I can make a thing.
I can't make anything this round.
I cannot make anything.
Alright, I can. So I'll do it kind of over here. So I'm going to make this recipe, the Empowered Spectacles. It takes stone and shell and 2 fire cards. So I've got a stone right here from this essence. I got a shell right there, and then these 2 are both fire cards. So right there I'll have that, and when you make it, you flip them over, and right, beautiful. And now I have access to the Empowered Spectacles, which has a special ability, which we'll see a little later. I'm sure I'll use it. And then this item returns into my inventory. So these cards get discarded. Are we doing it up here?
Discard those.
Yeah, okay.
And then you get this.
And now, this is how you advance in the game. Every time you make an item, you get to draw a tile from this bag. These tiles represent the ingredients that you'll need to make the Crest of Creation, which is the sort of ultimate purpose of this game. It looks like that. So as you play this game and you make more and more items, you'll be piecing together this recipe as you go, and have to fulfill it and satisfy it in order to win the game, basically. So I drew my first tile. It's a reagent type, and it is the fauna type, the little deer icon. So that's going to go on my character sheet right there. Yeah, that's it.
And then
So then
it goes to the crest phase.
So since we're all done making stuff now, we're going to move to the last phase, which is the crest phase. The crest phase is just a simple sort of cleanup and maintenance phase for the next, to get ready for the next week. And it has a certain order to it that we all will do at the same time, at least this time to get started. So the first step of the crest phase is C, which stands for crest. Go figure. This will be the point where if anyone has cards to satisfy their crest recipe ingredients, you'll sacrifice them now to flip over these tiles and get closer to winning the game. So I'm the only one with a tile. I can't do anything right now. So we're good with that step, basically.
Yeah.
The next step is R. That stands for Reap, which is to reap the Sprout of Endless Possibilities card, right here that Jeff's holding. You gain that from interacting with the tree tile right here, and none of us have done that yet, so we can skip that step for now. E is Evoke, and that's for the Tier 3 item, which you'll see on our... I'll slide my character sheet over here. On our character sheets, we have these artifact cards right here. And Evoke is the step where we would reveal this card if we were able to, but we're not able to yet, so we're not going to do that yet either. The beginning of the game, crest phase goes very quickly.
Yeah.
S stands for seed. So if any players want to discard reagents from their hand, they can restore some of the seed in the forge on their character sheet. It's 1 card per seed.
Like for example, I'm going to do 2.
I'm going to do
And
one
I'll
as
take 2
well.
of these black and put them in our seed forge.
Yep, and I will do one as well.
Now, I know SEED is an acronym for something fancy, is it not?
Matt, you want to tell us what
Seed is an acronym for something fancy.
Who bought seed?
He just did so.
One, please.
Seed stands for spiritually enriched elemental deposits, and they're sort of like a lifeblood currency of Alkemia in the world that it's in. Alchemists trade with it and craft with it and do all sorts of things with it, and for us it's sort of a currency system and also how you gain access to special abilities in the world.
It's currency and also has its own sort of innate like energy to it. So it's sort of energy, currency, and also actual money currency, so to speak.
Like we said, lifeblood. It
Lifeblood,
really ties into a lot. So once we're all good with restoring some of our seed, we'll go to the last one, which is T for turn your items around. None of us have made or used items yet, so this would be the step where we would restore our items so we could use them the next turn, because you can only use them once per week. No one's done that yet, so we're good. So that's the crest phase. Once crest phase is over, the first player token will pass to the next player, which is Eric in this case. And now we do it all again. A new week has started, and we'll get into the next field phase.
Back into the field.
Back into the field.
Back to work.
And now there is a special thing that happens at the beginning of this one.
Oh, yeah.
The beast right here, the seed-born beast, he starts on the cave tile, and he wakes up at the beginning of week 2. And we'll see what sort of havoc he brings.
God, we're all near him.
And we're pretty much all near him.
No.
Adam ran away.
I ran away.
Not dealing with that. All right, so
Okay. So I have 2. So 7, or a total of 7 actions. Now, since the beast moves depending on what you roll, for example, if you rolled a 1, you would move him along any 1 arrow. If you rolled a 2, along any 2. And if you roll a 3, then you can move him anywhere. It doesn't even have to be along an arrow. So since I rolled a 2 and there's no 2 cost where he is, he's just going to stay there for right now and not bother any of us, which could be a good thing.
That's good.
Alright, so I'm going to start off by drawing 2 water. I think I am good with that, so let's take a little journey. 1, 2, and 3. And I will draw 2 earth, and I will end my turn there.
right. Okay. So I will start with 7. Oh, let's see what I'm gonna do. 1, 2, 3, 4, really? Okay. So I'm gonna draw 1 earth from me standing on that patch before. And then I'm going to use a special reagent power in my hand, the Bottle of Gusts. Its power lets me switch places with the other tile that I'm standing on. So I'm on the earth tile, so I'm going to switch now over here to the other.
That's a
earth
very
tile.
good one for this
For this
map
particular
layout.
map, yeah.
Yeah.
That's very good. So now I'm on the whole other side of the field, and I didn't have to move. And now I'm going to move over to this ether tile for 2 and 4. Very expensive.
That was an expensive move.
1, 2, 3,
Okay.
4. And then I'm going to draw 2 cards from there. And that's it.
All right. 1. Start with a 6. All right. I'm going over for the
I forget to
custom.
move the beast first.
Oh. Yes.
Oh, I rolled the 2, yeah, so the beast wouldn't have moved in my case. That's true.
So he
Move
so
anywhere
you can
there's
go to
one
fire
arrow, so-
or yeah.
Boom.
and okay. Amber's going to here. Get a concoction. There we go. I have Death's Breath. Excellent. That was a cost, right?
Yeah.
Bingo. Now I'll move. Oops. 1, 2. Move over to water. Grab me a water. And move over to.
There's your water.
Not the thieves. Oh no! Thank you. Thank you. Wrong one.
Be careful what you ask for.
And 2 to fire. 2 fire, please. Nope, 1 fire, excuse me.
Mm-hmm.
Because I am done. Good. And... Okay. Who are you, sir?
Alright. I also realized I'm on the side. Okay. Right. So, oh, that was cockeyed.
Yeah. Keep going. Oh,
There we go.
that one counts.
That counts.
Another card, it doesn't
So
count.
I'm gonna move him. Over here and here because I don't care. That also gives me 7. Right, 5. 5 plus 2. I am going to, because I don't have very good luck. So I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I'll spend a seed, and I will get one of these Sprout of Endless Possibility cards. What happens when you get one of those? It goes into your inventory, kind of upside down, because it's not usable until kind of the next week, so to speak. But I'm still going to pick it up now because I need it. And I'm going to go here one more, spend another seed, and get that is a relic, and so I will get the recipe for the winged rod.
It's one of his favorites.
It's one of my favorites. I like the moving items, so that's kind of what that does.
Just flies around the field.
Yep. So, okay, and then I'll go 1, 2, and I'll just pick up in here. Boom. And that would be the end of my turn. Let me double check to make sure there's nothing that I really want to use in this. Nope, I'm good. So at the end of my turn.
Okay. So that brings us to the alchemy phase.
Yep.
Yeah. So if anyone can make anything,
I still can't.
now's the time. I cannot this time.
This time I can make my mermaid's tier. And for that I will need a mineral, liquid, and any green or earth. Since I have my water spirit in play, I don't have to pay that cost, luckily. So I will give up this heavy sand. And that will get me my mermaid's tier.
I'll read what it does.
I can read what it does. Oh,
It's short enough, so.
since I also use an item that has an ability to make it, this one is the Sunrise Dew, and if I use it to make an item with alchemy, I can restore 1 seed after discarding this reagent after alchemy.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, we can't forget your crest recipe, Tom.
Of course not.
The crest?
Okay. And I believe that's the end of our alchemy phase.
Looks like, can you make anything, Adam?
No, sorry.
Okay.
I am not there yet.
So crust phase.
Alright, so crest phase. So, anyone want to satisfy crest tiles?
Nope.
Anyone?
I don't have any.
Anyone? Okay.
Yeah, I may actually
oh.
satisfy one of mine.
As well.
Ooh.
I have a Squall Strands I can use to satisfy my mystical requirement.
Get that out of the way.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Alright, so next is Reap. Jeff has a Sprout card this time, so now it grows.
So what this does next time, so now that it's grown and I have it, what it does is that it acts as a wild for anything on the back of a recipe for one-time use. So it's really good if you're kind of like me and sometimes maybe you don't have the best luck finding stuff. It kind of allows you to, you have to wait a little bit. You can't just get it and use it right away, but allows you to use it as a wild on a card, which can be very helpful.
Definitely.
Next is Evoke, which none of us can do yet. Seed, if anyone wants to restore some seed.
Sure, probably should. I'm gonna do. Let's get one back.
Hand's looking awful full there, Jeff. What's the
I'm at-
card limit in your hand
I'm
there?
not above. Adam, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8.
Close.
Mm-hmm.
I'm fine. Haha.
Yeah, who's one to judge?
It's 10, right?
It's 10.
Yeah.
There's a
Yes.
hand size
Yes.
limit of 10.
Yes.
Alright,
10 at the beginning of your next turn.
By the beginning of your next
Right.
turn, yes.
Excellent.
Everyone good with seed?
Yes.
Alright, items would refresh, but we're all good there. No one
Yep.
used any yet, so. All right, so now we're gonna start the next week, and I will be starting that. I got 3, so I'll start with 8 actions. And a 3 means I can move the beast onto any tile, regardless of arrows.
Yeah, any tile around where he is.
Yes, so I'm going to put him on here.
So we haven't explained yet, I won't get into it fully, but so the beast does a couple of things, but one, any tile that the beast is standing on becomes unusable. You can go through it, you can enter it and leave it, but you can't actually either draw off it or use a special power while it's on this tile.
Alright, so I'm gonna draw, we'll start with 2 from that ether pile. Let's see what I get here. We're gonna draw one more. 8 years. Oh, there we go. Wonderful. Okay, so we're gonna do that, and then I'm gonna move on to the concoction trading post right here, and then I'll spend a seed to draw. I'm not convinced. I don't want that one. So when you spend a seed to activate a trading post, you can take the top recipe on the trading post. But if you really don't want that one because it doesn't match up with whatever you've got right now, like for me, it doesn't, you can burn through cards in your hand to cycle through the cards in the deck. So I'm going to discard 1 reagent to shift this card onto the bottom.
And that shift is permanent, so you can't do it and then go, wait, I don't like it, never mind, and put it back up.
Exactly. I have to deal with that choice now. So the Charming Perfume actually is a much better fit for me, so I am going to take that one. Put that in my inventory. And then we're going to go here and draw 2 water cards. Okay. And that is it for me.
All right. Bonus of 2, and the beast stays put. Alright, I'm gonna start where I'm at, so I'll take 1 fire, move over to my tree for 2, so 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna grab one of the sprouts and put it upside down for now. Grow that later. Let's see here, so next I'd like to...
Don't you have to pay for that sprout?
Oh, goodness, yes.
Don't forget.
1 seed.
The beast is always watching you.
Thank goodness you were here. Move over to air, because I need some of that happening. 1, and I'll use... Yeah, might as well use my last... I'm way over my limit, so I'll be spending.
As long as you can spend it.
Yes.
In the next part.
And
that was actually my plan too. I'm like, I'm going to gather more than I can hold for the moment.
Okay. Nothing I want to... Immediate use I want to put down here. That ends my turn.
Alright. Roll dice. 2. 7 actions. I'm just going to drop 3 yellow. 2, 3. Goodness. Okay. I'm supposed to Ready to go. 1, 2. 2. Actually, okay. That would be good. That's it. So I'm going to do is I have an ability, or I have a reagent card and ability, Impish Stone, and what it does is it allows me to purchase a recipe on a different trading post than what I am on currently. So I'm going to use that. I'm on here, but instead I'm going to purchase from this one. It still costs a seed, so I'm going to buy the dark matter. Okay. I can't do too much, but I'll start moving it back out. Oops.
How much longer?
That'll be it for me. So this one's down to you. I think I can make some stuff next phase, so.
Alright, I will move the beast back here. Since I rolled a 3, I can move him to any adjacent tile, regardless of arrows. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do for my turn is use a Raging ability, the Sifting Shell. We've seen this one before, so I'm just going to draw the 2 top cards of the Earth deck, pick one, and then shuffle everything right back in. And I'm liking the looks of this one, so I will take that.
You would like the looks of that one.
And these 2 will get shuffled back in. Okay, now we're going to draw 2. And, you know, I don't know if I like being the only one down here alone with that beast, so I might start moving away.
He's gonna come get you then.
One there. And I have some extra seed that I am not using currently, so maybe I'll use the Thieves' Den power. And the Thieves' Den power allows me to attempt to steal on another player. And how that works is I will just declare who I'm stealing from, spend a seed, and then I can
Roll the dice.
roll the die, and if I get a 2 or a 3, I can take one of the cards from their hand without looking at it. And if I roll a 1, then my attempt fails. So I will spend my seed. And roll my... First I'm going to choose Adam, because I know he has a lot of cards.
Is it because I've been fanning out my multitude of
It
cards?
really is. You've just been flaunting your
I've got
wealth.
such the selection, really.
Come chop at
And
my
I rolled a 1, so my attempt is null, but it was worth the try.
Sorry.
Absolutely. From
If you
above
really
on
need-
his golden perch.
I know.
If you really needed a particular color, it's a good tactic to use, especially on this kind of map where it may be hard to get to one.
Yeah. So I'm going to move to the tree and take a sprout, because that's been the popular thing to do.
Oh, I'm the only one without a sprout.
Oh no.
I'm so lonely.
And I will go up here and take 2 air. So blast my actions.
Alright. So I started the week this time, so we'll move on to the alchemy phase.
Okay.
If multiple people are going, we can just,
We
I guess
just do
just
that,
do
yeah.
it. So we're just gonna make the items and not step through them as much, but we'll say what we did at the end. I suppose that'd be a good idea.
Well, I didn't get where I wanted to, so I'm not actually making something. So it looks like I'll just be
No.
spending for some seed. I mean, that doesn't hurt, right? That works for me. Who am I going to get rid of? It's so hard to part with some of these, you know? I did this to myself.
Actually, I can't make that one. That's okay.
That's important.
I can make a different one.
This one doesn't do anything, but it's pretty.
It's so hard to get rid of the pretty ones.
Oh no.
I will need the bag as well.
I mean, explained before, this prototype is almost complete. We have wonderful artwork on the majority of the cards. Then a couple of the decks are still finishing up with some coloring needed, but it's all just beautiful. So like I said, hard when you have to discard or spend them to figure out which one is going to go.
And you need the bag, right?
I do. I'm trying to see if I can make something else. I don't think I should.
So while he's
That's
thinking
a
about that,
purple.
I did something a little different this time. I made my aspiration item, the Phantom Eye Staff, and I, gave my cards like normal. But I used the power of my empowered spectacles, which allows me to basically double burn a reagent. Normally, with these reagent cards, they have a type, like this one's mystical, and they have an element, which is air, right? The air. Usually you can only use these for one or the other, a type or an element, but the spectacles let you use both aspects of the reagents, and I was able to spend one less card that way
Very nice.
to make my item. So our first item use.
Yeah.
And when you use an item, you just say that you're using it and put it on its side to represent it being depleted. And then that gets refreshed at the end of the crest phase, but not yet. Alright, are we all done with the alchemy phase?
I also made an item and drew a tile.
Yeah, same here.
Excellent.
It looks like Eric made his aspiration item as well.
I did.
The helpful homunculus.
Now things will start getting a little more interesting.
My little friend
As item
can
powers come out.
move around for me.
All right, and so now we'll do the crest phase. If anyone has tiles they want to take care of.
No.
I do not.
No.
Okay. Reap. So turn those sprouts around. Everyone but me.
I
Evoke.
didn't actually use mine last one, so I still have mine.
Evoke. We can't do yet. Seed. I'll get rid of one myself.
Yes, I will do.
I'll do one as well.
Get rid of-
How many you get rid of, Adam?
2, 3 altogether.
3 seed back?
Yeah. Please.
Sorry.
All right, and turn, which for me is just for me because I was the only one that used an item this time. So my item is back. All right, and here we go. I'll pass all this to Adam, and he's going to start the next week.
Beginning. A 3. Here. Beast Man, where are you going? Earth. Okay.
He's like, I don't know how to get over to the other side of the world.
It's like a door, and do I go through it? Do I knock? I don't know.
Okay.
It's the only thing to do here.
I just don't know.
I just don't know.
Jesus. So 1, 2. Grab me this here, the shelled mirror.
One of my favorites.
Excellent. And then I'm gonna go over to
That's my pot.
1.
That's my pot.
Oh no!
That is Rena.
Done that again. All right. 1, 2, 3.
Also, Adam the Beast saw you take that item without spending a seed.
Catch me every time. Oh,
Adam needs to
man.
be policed a little bit more than others.
I do. I'm a little wacky. Try to get away with stuff here. Not
Sneaky.
today. Okay, I am in the town tile, and I'm in search of a mystical.
Okay.
All right, so he's going to use the city's special power, which is to barter.
I need
so
to barter.
he'll spend a seed for that again.
Seed.
And so he's going to announce what he needs, which is...
I need a mystical.
All right, so now anyone who does not have a mystical is going to put their hand down. And then anyone who has a mystical but doesn't want to trade it is going to put their hand down.
Looks like you got 2 potential.
So now
trades.
Adam can choose between Eric and I to trade with, and he can work out the terms on his own.
Okay.
If you give me a Flora, I will give you a mystical.
I will do it for a fauna if you'd rather part with that.
Okay. God, I want both of them. I will.
It's okay, you can have both.
It looks like you need faunas a little more, so, you know,
Yeah, that's
getting
the
rid of a
faunas
Flora
are-
is probably super easy.
The mystical I'm giving has an ability.
Mine too.
Oh.
Look at that. Trying to
okay.
cheat me out. Mm-mm.
I really think right now with my hand I'm gonna get rid of a fauna.
Alright, nice doing business
So
with
they
you.
do business, and that's a bartering action, and then that's over.
Oh, and I don't even want to spend that one.
I mean, you can do another bartering, but you have to spend more seed.
Oh,
Well, you can only activate the
Oh yeah,
ones.
tiles are one thing.
Oh.
Yeah, each
I
tile
lied.
can
Get
be
me all
activated
excited.
once.
Okay. Well, and so now I will.
But you could barter more next time.
Well, you know, do I want to? I do. Let's get crazy. I'm gonna stop here and activate. I'm spending my seed this time, oh beast. And yeah, I'll grab one of these here.
Someone's inventory is pretty full.
I have.
Oh, wow.
I have plans.
In
In fact,
fact,
actually,
files that you need.
I
to
have
know.
fantastic plans.
I can't wait.
All right, you go.
Okay. Let's see. So, what do I need? Okay. Roll the dice. 1. And the beastie beast will go out of the town.
The beast rampaging through the streets.
He hasn't ran into anyone yet, but he might. And that's fine. Anyway, what action do I want to do? I want here, and I want to go here, and that's 1, and then drop. Sorry.
If you want me to draw for you, just let me know, since you don't have to
No, it's
reach over.
part of me is like, given the layout of the world, I should probably just grab another item that's on this side so I don't have to come back over. But I do have moving items, so...
Oh, we did conveniently put one element on each
we
side.
did.
That was very nice of us.
Wow, I wasn't even thinking.
I know,
I wasn't either.
That wasn't planned, but it worked out.
That's nice.
So I'm going to move here for one. I'm going to save myself some movement. I'm going to use my power winged rod. Allows me to fly up across 2 tiles without any movement costs. So I'm going to fly past the bees and say, see you later. And which one am I going to go to? Over here. And then I will drop 3 of these. Okay. 2. Okay, and that would be the end of my turn. 1, 2, 3.
And beast is staying in that town. And for my turn, okay, so I'll move myself 1, 2, 3, and 4. And I will buy this clairvoyance choker for 1 seed. And for the rest of my turn, I will use my aspiration item, the helpful homunculus, which allows me to place a homunculus token on a tile that is adjacent to me, which will act as a gatherer for me.
You got a proxy for gathering.
I do.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll move that homunculus onto the fire tile, and I will draw 1 from it. Then move the homunculus to the earth, and then draw 1 from there.
Homunculus was made of wood, so it burned up in the fire.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's gone forever.
Just with its remaining ashes, it gathered that earth and
Yeah.
off into the wind.
And that is the end of my turn.
Okay. Good. I needed at least 7 to do what I wanted to do. And the beast is going to stay there because there's no 2s.
He's just like laying down in the middle of town.
He's like, this is nice. Alright, so I'm going to activate my aspiration item as well, the Phantom Eye Staff. And that lets me turn over the top of 2 of these decks. I'm going to pick water and air. And I can take one of them for free, so I'm going to take the water one. And then I'm going to draw an additional water. Yeah, okay. I'm going to draw an additional water, and then, see, that's 1. And then I'm going to have to do a little bit of moving here. 1, 2, 3, 3. There's a middle step here. I'm going to draw 1 earth while I'm there. And then I'm going to move 2 more onto the material trading post, which I'll spend a seed and grab the distracting gem recipe. And then I'm also going to use the Fey Dust to grab a Sprout of Endless Possibilities without having to go to the tree.
Ooh.
Now I'm like everybody else. Okay, and I think that's it for me for now.
All right. Beautiful.
Yes, so Adam was the first player, so now we're going to go back into the alchemy phase.
Alright.
Let's see.
Make your items, people. I think I can actually make my aspiration one this time.
Yeah, me too. I'm excited.
1,
And my first creation.
2.
I'll be using my
2
Sprout
reds.
in this case. That came in handy. Oh, I'm spending spirit cards. I don't like that.
The spirit cards are so beautiful.
Yeah,
They really are.
well, they're beautiful and useful too,
And
because
they're
they
useful.
reduce your costs, and that is helpful. But I am spending it nonetheless.
This is for water.
And the bounding boots have
Oops,
been
I said that to show
created.
something.
Yay!
So I'm going to explain something that I'm doing so people know. So I just use these 2 cards in my alchemy called Lively Bones, and what it does is when you use it for alchemy, which I just did, and I happen to use 2 of them, I get to draw. So you do have to discard these, but I get 2 more, 1 for each one, 2 more red cards. Flip that over. Yeah, Ring of the Unseen.
And tile bag, please.
Okay. I'm all done making stuff, I think.
Everyone all set with their alchemy?
Mm-hmm.
All right, then we're on to the crest phase. So crest tiles, first and foremost.
Not here.
Anybody?
Yes, I will discard a sand,
Mm.
and I will also discard a
Gear.
A gear. Now, if you're discarding one of the items, they simply just turn around and go to the bottom of the deck that you bought them.
Alright, so Eric has satisfied his first 3 crest ingredients, which are called the base crest ingredients. And that's going to be very important in a second when we get to the evoke stage. So everyone's done with the tiles? Alright, next is Reap, which just affects me this time, I think. So I get my Sprout. And now is Evoke. Evoke is when the artifacts can come out, and Eric has satisfied what needs to happen to release his artifact. So
What is it?
So my artifact for the rest of the game will be the Philosopher's Stone.
Like always.
He always goes.
It's just we just connect. We have that connection. So what the artifact does is it is a powerful item that has an ability that sticks with you for the rest of the game, and you don't have to do anything special to use it. You don't have to deplete it, or you don't have to discard it anytime. It's kind of something that's unique to your character that will be of great assistance them along the way. And the Philosopher's Stone, what it does is whenever I synthesize an item in alchemy, I can omit one ingredient of my choice from now on.
And then one additional thing is when you make your artifact, you get to start your final crest ingredients, which is the second set of 3. So he'll draw his 4th tile now.
My goodness.
You know.
Mm-hmm.
I feel so behind all of a sudden.
I know. I thought I was doing good.
We'll catch up.
We got this. We got this. All right.
So what tends to happen, if you do have a really good turn, you end up having to recollect all your stuff, recollect stuff.
The game ebbs and flows from really productive good turns to more gathering and collecting turns, and yeah, definitely. So the game is not lost yet. All right, so that's evoking. He's the only one who can do that right now. Seed. We'll do seed next.
I'm good with a seed. I think
I'm
that's
gonna
still
restore
good.
1.
I'll restore one as well.
Okay, and then turn. Everybody replenish your items.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and that's the end of that.
That's the end of that. Okay, so now we're going to start a new week as the first player. So I'm going to roll, let's see, 1. I always get the 1s, pretty much. And the beast has to be. What we're going to do here, because now you guys get the effect of the beast. So what happens when the beast lands on other people, I have to discard 1 card or 1 seed, so it's your choice.
Alright, I will discard this card.
And,
Told you I need 1.
Fortunately, you can't barter for it.
Mm-hmm.
Don't blame me for that.
If I have
why'd you do this to me?
the pendant,
Oh, you won't need it.
I won't need it. We'll see what happens.
Okay.
Oh no.
It hurts.
All of Adam's cards are precious.
Okay, I did that, and I'm also next going to spend a Fey Dust. I feel like they're usually below it, so I'm confused. And that will give me a Sprout card automatically without having to go to the tree. I'm also going to save myself some movement, so I'm going to go here. Spend a seed and use the Power of the Swamp. What the Power of the Swamp does is allows you to swap places with the beast, returning it back to the swamp. And now I save myself some movement. I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3. Oh, I just really needed purple. 1, 2, and 3. Let's see, so 1, 2, 3. Anything else that I want to use? Let's see. Probably not. Okay, so that'll be the end of my turn.
Alright, I'm still going to stay in the swamp, and my turn I will move 1, 2, and while I'm there, I will throw out my helpful homunculus onto this water patch. And I will keep moving 1 and 1. I'll stop there and give myself a sprout. I'll stop here and give myself a relic, which is the Journeyman's Lantern.
Look favorite.
At least you got one.
Oh no, I got one of the ones.
Now I have 3 actions left, so I will have my homunculus draw 2 blue. I'll draw 3. And that'll be the end of my turn.
Two. So that beast is not working. Okay. Let's see. Oh, so I'm going to use my Phantom Eye Staff and turn over. Let's see. We'll turn over fire. We'll turn over water again. I'm taking that one. All right, and then I'm going to move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm going to draw some air. Exactly 2, because that's all I can do.
Yeah.
I think that is going to be, yes, that'll be it for me this turn.
Beautiful. Like so. 3. Let's just put it there. Because I want to. I'm going to move it on over to air. Grab some air. 1, 2. That's good. Gonna move on over to fire. Grab me that top one there. What else do I want? I'm gonna go over to. Yes. I'll grab another fire. Why not? And cost 2 there. 2. And I'd like to barter again.
Okay. So what are you looking for?
In this case, I'm going to need a. Nope, sorry. Yes, a fauna. Looking for a fauna.
Yeah. So if you don't have them, put your hand down. If
You don't
have
want
one,
to trade?
Don't want to trade.
All right. Well, what's it worth to you?
Okay.
What's it worth to me, rather?
Alright, I will part with my fauna for a rock or a sand. Your choice.
Okay. Well, I got a wonderful, beautiful sunstone here.
I will have a sunstone.
That's beautiful. Thank you. Okay.
And did it cost something to do that barter?
Oh, I'm sure it must have cost a seed. Oh man, I'll get that someday.
The little beastie told me.
That I'll end. That's good. I think I'm gonna stay there. And good. There you are. Back to you. Or not, actually.
Not. For we are now in the alchemy phase once again.
Oh man.
Right. I can make a thing.
Yeah.
It's a dead load.
sword, mineral, liquid, air.
My near bottomless bag.
And I made the distracting gem.
Uh-oh.
Got that. Got my 2 fires. So,
I would need the bag, please. You'll need that as well.
ah, yes, thank you. Got a material. Okay.
Mhm.
All good?
Yeah.
Alright, crest time.
Yep.
Turn those tiles.
I will put this in there.
I'm gonna do a fauna, finally. For that one. And I'll have some fun with the distracting gem before I get rid of it. Okay. All set?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, reap. Evoke. Nope.
Nope.
Uh,
Not quite
seed.
there yet.
I cannot.
I will get rid of 1 and take a seat back. How many did you get back here?
1.
1. Anyone else?
No.
Okay.
Okay. And turn. Restore those items. Alright. Eric's gonna start the next
Mhm.
one.
Three.
Oh, I'm gonna use the distracting gem on Eric. That forces him to, for his first 2 rolls, he must roll the die and move up according to the same rules that the beast does. If he
Alright.
can't move, he still suspend the action.
Yeah, I'm not in a good spot for that either, so let's hope
I
it works out for
know.
me. Okay, so first of all, I will move the beast here to get that out of the way. And for me, since I am distracted by the shiny thing, I will
That over
start
there.
rolling.
What the hell?
So I'm going to spend an action to attempt to move off of that relic trading post. And
Oh.
I will not, so I'll spend another action to do the same. This time I
This
can.
time he can. Yep.
I believe that ends the distraction, right?
Yep, and now his movement is normal again.
Okay. Alright.
Still cost you a costly field action.
It did.
If he needed that one.
It makes a big difference. That
I
one,
like-
that
I
one
like-
really makes a big difference.
I like to think it was very important for him this time, so I feel good that I used it.
Having the 1 is like...
Okay.
Sometimes you're like, I just need the 1 more card.
First thing I will do is throw off my homunculus onto that earth tile, and I'll continue moving. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And I will draw 1 ether and 1 air. That's my turn.
Right. 2. Let's see, the beast is gonna go. Put him on the gear. Or the material. Alright, let's see here. Where am I? Oh, so I'm gonna use my Phantom Eye Staff and look at water and ether. What do I want? I'm gonna take the water. Let's see here, and then 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I'm gonna draw 2 air. Forgot what I was looking for. Oh, this.
2 air. And then I'm going to move on to fire. Draw 2 fires. Then go here and draw an earth. And that'll be it. 1 6. Okay. Embers. Going this way.
Where's that beast going first?
What? Oh.
We got 2 choices.
Corner. Okay. 1, 2. Give me a sprout. Which I used that. I'm paying for it. I did it.
It's upside down.
Upside down. Alright. Water this one. And I will take an air. Ooh, excellent. And another one, because that was great. Okay.
Don't you get a special thing if you use your aspiration item on your element?
This is the perfect time for my bounding boots.
It is.
I remember that on my own. Okay, so bounding boots. We got swift steps is the action. So all my movement costs are reduced to 1, so I can ignore the 2 arrows, and they're only 1. Since I've activated that, I can leave the tile without spending an action.
That's because he activated it on his tile, the
Yes,
error
his
tile.
his
air,
element tile.
He
amber,
can't do that on
so-
anything.
Yeah. Every character has one, and they're located right below their portrait on our character mats.
Great, so that got me able to do that for free.
Yep.
And so that means I can make it over to 1, 2 to start my next turn, which is where I need to be. Excellent.
Excellent. Okay. Roll my dice. Always get 1. It's up to 6. So I'm going to use my winged rod, go 2 places for free, use my ring of the unseen, get a shift again for free, and get a steal from him automatically. That's the power of my ring of the unseen. You know me, I'm kind of nice thief. If you willingly let me steal something I need, I won't just take anything and possibly ruin something you're trying to do, but that's up to you. Should I just take it, or?
I would love it if you took from these 3.
Are either of those 3 a fauna or a mystical?
Yes.
If you let me know, if you let me know which one it
supposed
is.
to tell you which one?
You don't have to. You don't have to. The thing is, if you don't, I
You
may
have a
just
one-third-
I may just take
well,
from that pile then. If
You may not get what you want out of these piles, though.
No, I know, but so if you
I
don't,
guarantee there's what you want in these.
right. So, but what I'm saying is, if you don't help me out a little bit because I'm being nice, I'll just take from the bottom pile.
When was bartering and stealing ever
know.
joined together? I missed this one.
I was gonna say,
It's a stealing
become-
style. It's a stealing style.
His stealing style
My
is
stealing style.
the gentleman's
if
style.
there was a
Gentleman
way
style.
to make
Okay,
the
okay.
process of stealing
You don't have
any
to,
more
I'll just pick
shadier,
randomly
this
then.
is it.
From all or from
No,
those?
from the 3 that you picked.
Does anyone have
Because
a
you're
glove?
not
I feel like a
fine.
slap across the
I made
face
a
may
hint
be
for you.
necessary.
I made a hint.
You made a hint for me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what the hint was other than they're just being cards. Thinking.
It was taller than that.
No, it's actually in the rule book as a stealing tip. You can be a gentleman about it, but you may not get it. He's like, well, I'm not going to tell you where it is. So you're like, well, then you can just steal, and then you just steal it and be mean.
That would have been
So-
like bartering at that
Yep.
point. So
We thought we'd like to explore
It
the
happens.
ethics
I had
of
to make it a little fun.
We'd like to explore the ethics of stealing a little
Yes.
bit.
It happens, we play with some people who are like, no, there's such a chance you're going to take something I like, that they'll just be like, okay, these are the ones that you want, take from one of those. It
Or
works.
are they the
Or
drama?
are they?
The
See,
conniving?
exactly, so then you can backstab
Backstabbing.
someone, you can
You could.
backstab the backstabber, so.
Yeah, you revealing what's important could be bad.
Exactly.
Mm, okay.
There is no laws on how to steal. in the land of Alkemia.
Very philosophical.
Yeah.
Are you done?
I'm still thinking. When did that one do? So I'm going to move here. And oops. I haven't used any action so far. One. Now let's get some 2 blues. And move here. Come on and spin one of these and get a potion since I'm here. There we go.
I thought I ended there.
You did.
I meant to move myself here.
Oh,
sorry.
cool. I looked away for a
And
second.
that'll
And
be
I was
the end of my turn.
Well, you have those boots on, you know, you're just flying around.
That's the end.
Okay, and Eric started, so we'll do alchemy phase now.
Alchemy phase.
Alchemy,
Okay.
anybody?
So, should be able to do one more. Fauna and mystical. Purples. Give me the dog. Yeah, put those on that discard for these. And get rid of that beautiful card. And this beautiful card.
What's dark matter do? I forgot.
Dark matter allows me to, when I'm making an item, I can tap it to sort of, oops, grab the wrong tile shape. Pretty much use a reagent without using it up. But you do have to have it though, so.
Gotcha.
I'll grab the wrong shape first.
Nothing for you this time?
Not this time. And there's a reason I can't. I can actually make my item here, but I'm not going to because I have all of my base crest ingredients revealed, and my artifact is still sealed, and that actually blocks me from revealing the rest of my recipe, the final crest.
You can make more, you just won't get more tiles.
I could make it, yeah, but I would
see.
not get a tile, so I'm choosing to wait until I can get past that point.
Yep. But love those tiles.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, everyone good on alchemy?
Yes.
All right, crest time. So usually, when you're sacrificing the items to satisfy things, they have to be unused. But if you want to sacrifice, like I have my distracting gem here, it's a material, and I need that for my recipe. I can spend a seed in order to put the depleted item into the recipe. So I am actually going to do that.
But if it wasn't depleted or used, you would just
Just
throw it in
just for
right
free.
in. Okay.
And I'm also going to get rid of a wood. So that's both of these tiles.
We
for
know
me.
what that means.
So I'll be able to evoke in a couple steps.
The excitement.
Everyone gets excited and scared because you don't know which artifact is going to show
What
up.
a relic this one.
The artifacts, if we didn't mention it before, are dealt out randomly at the beginning of the game, and you don't look at them, so we have no idea who has what. Makes it a little more exciting.
Well, we
Yeah,
knew
we gotta
Eric
do
had the
that on the fly.
philosopher's
Well, he always gets
It was
the Philosopher's
prophesized.
Stone. It was.
gravitates to him
From the
every
beginning.
time.
From
Doesn't
the
matter how
beginning.
you shuffle.
No.
Anybody else doing tiles?
I
Are we all set on that?
think we're all set.
Okay. Reap, then, for the sprouts.
Yes, growing.
And then evoke, which will be me in this case. So I can reveal my artifact, which is the Cloak of the Elements. That lets me, one time per, or one alchemy session, I can ignore all the elemental ingredients on the recipe, and then draw cards, a few extra cards later. Not this one.
Alchemy sessions are now 50% off.
Oh, another
Alchemy
material.
boutique.
How lucky. Okay. And
I'm so close to.
okay, and that's evoking. Seed.
I feel like I should. Give it 1, 2-star 1 seed.
Yeah, I'll get one back. Two seed for me.
Okay, and then refresh items.
Boom.
Yeah, you just got to keep a pile some of them over there.
Okay. And that's the end of that week.
Yep.
I start this one. Alright, I got a 1. Where's that beast? He can't move that. He steps off into the ether. Let's see. So Dun, dun, dun. Well, apparently I need to go over there. Where am I? Alright, so I'm gonna... Oh, well, I'm gonna use my Phantom Eye Staff, of course. Super helpful. I'm gonna turn over fire and wood. And I'm gonna take, or earth, I mean. I'm going to take the wood card. There we go. I knew I meant something like that. And then, let's see, I'm going to draw one more earth. We'll go with that for now. Okay, and then I'm going to move on to the material trading post and spend a seed to grab the Pyromancer's Parchment. Okay, and then... Let me see here. Can I do anything with that? Not gonna help. Could do that. Now, 1, 2, oh. Why not? We'll give it a try. So I'm gonna go. We have 3 actions left. Shoot. Alright. 1, 2, 3. And I'm going to use the Thieves' Den. Fan your hands out. Aw. Poor Eric. I'm gonna steal from Jeff.
The clear winner here.
Got it. I need the fire card. I was looking specifically for a fire card, and he was the only one that had one, so that made my choice very easy.
Luckily, he didn't.
Hopefully he didn't need it.
Wasn't
That's
difficult to
really-
me, but still,
Okay.
cards are nice.
This is true. Alright, that's it for me then.
Alright, let's get serious here.
Where'd that die go? Oh, there it is. Wow.
Okay. It's going to be all about movements and gatherings. Let me tell you, I'm feeling a little depleted. I want to make some... One.
That's too a late start in the
You
morning.
can use your
but-
bag.
Hey, you
I'm
calm
saying.
down. I got this.
I'm just excited. I'm excited for you.
All right. Yes.
No backseat forging.
I can't. I thought I was in the backpack.
Like,
I'm
surprised.
Turn Amber's around.
Near bottomless bag. I'm going to activate this. It's going during my turn. Draw an additional card the next 2 times I spend my actions to gather reagents. So I'll start right with the water here. So that was. I
That's
drew.
one, yep.
I drew 1, and that's free.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And I'll move over to the fire. I'm sorry, excuse me. Before I do that, I got my bounding boots on. Let's use them.
Mm-hmm.
Bounding boots. Yeah, save some actions here. So only 1 cost to get there. And so I'm going to draw that pretty one on top right there. And my extra 1 for my wonderful bottomless bag. I love that. Okay. Next, 1 cost to get here. I can't take another sprout, so I need to get going this way. So another here. 2, send a 3. Trying to make it over this way. 4. Stop there. And good. Okay. Fruitful.
Alright.
Your hand looks much healthier.
I'm going to. Let's do winged rod. 1, 2. Oh, I didn't roll for this. I'll do that first. I always get a 1. 6. And the beast will not move. So draw 1, 2. Perfect. Okay. That. Okay. And then let's just do 1, 2. So it's there. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. And spend the seed. And I will take this party card. And I'll just move a little more central. And that will be my turn.
Okay, that's 3. So I'll move the beast back onto the swamp. Bring him home. So I'll move down to the concoction trading post. Spend a seed and pick up the grasping glue. Then
Wrong.
I'm
kidding.
But he was like, wait, what?
You were so carefully thinking about it, I had to interject.
You got me. I'm not even mad. Alright, so I will use my helpful homunculus and put it there. Then I'll just kind of hang out in these 2 areas and hopefully draw some cards that I need. So I will draw 1 air. Fire. And then I'll do another air.
That homunculus is getting around.
I know.
What a helpful creature.
Could you imagine the homunculus wearing those boots?
Homunculus steals all your items and just goes up on
And the
sale.
ring.
The ring and the boots, and oh my god.
What have we done?
You accessorize just right, you can be unstoppable.
That's the tagline of the game. The better you accessorize, the better you do. Alright, so now we're going to do our alchemy phase. So, I'm going to be able to make 2 things this turn, so I'm super excited.
Making my shelled mirror.
I'm waiting to make it some. I'm waiting because I'm in the same position Matt was, where I'll be unlocking my artifact, and I don't want to miss getting a tile.
Use that.
I've created the shelled mirror, and that's always fun because I can trade places with any other player on the field.
Including the beast.
Oh,
Including
the
the
beast.
beast. Including the beast.
That is true.
Watch out, guys.
That's one of my favorite ones.
Okay.
The movement manipulation ones are my favorite, I think, just because
The spectacles come in handy too.
Spectacles
I gotta
are
say,
good.
I got one less thing on
the
this.
lantern's my favorite.
Cap the bag, please.
Just because a lantern has like a lot of possibilities you can do with it.
It does. Alright, so I made my charming. I made the charming perfume, and I made the pyromancer's parchment. So I'm gonna get 2 tiles over here. Oop, this one goes here. That goes there. Alright, anybody else?
You gotta use.
Okay.
So close.
Mhm.
Alright, alchemy done?
Yes.
Mhm.
Alright, crest phase. So crest
Crest
tiles,
phase.
everyone.
Sadly, gonna give up my aspiration item.
Oh no.
Aw.
It's always sad.
And I'm gonna give up my pyromancer's parchment.
And then sand,
Flip over this guy.
which I know I had because I was like, yes, maybe I'll pull it.
We didn't get to see the effect of the lantern, but I will throw that one into the mix.
It's a good one.
That's a good one.
Look forward to it
Yeah.
when you buy the
When
game.
you buy the game, you can use the lantern and go, oh, that was neat. Right,
Just like
just like that. That was neat.
That was nice.
So I do also unlock my artifact, which is Seeker's Amulet. Yes.
Oh, that's a great one.
So Seeker's Amulet allows me to, once per field phase, I can go through any foraging discard and take one that I want, which is super helpful.
Yeah.
After finding those hard to find ones that you're like, oh my gosh. Okay.
And
then I have to get a tile.
So I'm going to point out a situation that I'm in that shows kind of how important seed management is. So far we've all been pretty good with keeping how much seed we have and spending it nicely. I'd be able to win the game right now if I had 1 seed. But I don't. So I got to try to get through the game one more round and see what happens. But
What would that 1 seed have done for you?
the sprouts can be used as any tier 1 or reagent. We call it the reagent cards. They can be used as any reagent, which will get me the 1 here. And the other relic I have here as a depleted item. But because I chose to use it during the turn, I didn't know I was going to pick a relic. That's what happens.
Well, well, well.
So, seed management is important, kids.
Look how the tables have turned. I mean, they didn't really turn, but they have tilted slightly.
Keep on. Alright, crest good. Then reap.
Reap.
And then evoke, which you just did already.
Evoke.
That's fine.
Sorry, I did a lot of turn. I was excited, but
Totally fine. Seed, which I need.
You're like, I'm not
Just in case. Jeff wanted a spirit, so here, I'll discard another spirit.
Oh, there's where they've been hiding.
Go after that
Oops.
Seeker's Amulet.
I will. Trust me, when it's my turn.
And then turn, so restore all those items. Okay. And yes, Adam, you're starting.
All right. Very good. Two. Okay, I am immediately activating this. Bounding boots. And why not? Near bottomless bag.
Just flying around, catching everything from the field.
I want everything. I will gather from Earth. If you could please.
How many?
2. Okay, and cost of 1 moving there. 1 free, 1. And on here I shall take a material, a Dryad's powder. I'll go to. Oh, I had to spend a seed. Seed. And moving over to water, I'll take my 1 and then the free 1 from the bounding boots. And then I will. Oh, wait, do I need more? Let's go with 1. Perfect. And back this way. 1. Oops. 2. No, I took 1 and then 1, 2. And might as well end here. Okay, and hang on 1 sec, guys. I may need you. I use those 2. Okay, so bartering. Okay, so I'm going to be looking for a consumable, aka the apple.
So if you don't have it, put it down. If you ever want to trade, give it up. Okay. I will give you 1 for. Do you have a purple? Any purple card?
I do not.
Oh man. Well then.
Need a. Do you want a mystical?
No, I got it. No, I'm good. Well, let me think about it.
You're good?
I'm good.
Like you left your hand up to barter with me, and then you're gonna do
changed my
that?
mind. No, I will. I still could use another one, just in case. And what were you looking for? Consumable?
Yes.
Okay. Give me that mystical, whatever you said it was.
Yeah.
Oh, Wildling Gust is also good.
It is very good.
If not for the type, but the power.
Okay. I thank you.
Okay. Roll. Got 3. Finally, I think it's my first 3 in the game. Beast is going to. And so out of 3, the beast can ignore arrows, so I'm just going to move this way. And what do I want to do? Let's see. So I'm going to use my winged rod and let's do 1 and 2. I think that's be cheaper actually. So here, I will gather 3 cards. Oops.
I feel like that poor temple of greater
I
elemental
was just about to
spirits
use
has
it.
been neglected.
Still have to use it.
It's
Yay.
unfortunate since I like the ability.
So that's what I'm going to do next, actually. I'm going to go there and use a C to use the Temple of Greater Elemental Spirits. I'm going to refresh the purple deck, so the Ether deck. So what happens with the Temple is that you use it to refresh one of the decks, which is useful for many things. If you use it when the card...
Flip the bottom.
I was going to say, it looks like they're in.
There was one that was flipped the wrong way. Because of what I did.
Oh, no. They don't right now? I think they're right now. So I'm going to do 2 things. Well, actually, first, probably see what I want. I'm going to use my Seeker's Amulet too now, which I should have done. But I haven't drawn from it, so it should be okay. I'm going to take one of those. And then, from the temple, I'm going to shuffle back up. And then I get to take the top card before I put it back down. Alright. Use 1, 2, 3. And since I'm kind of above my hand limit slightly, I'm just gonna hold off and not use my actions. Okay. My turn. It's done.
Alright. 3, so... Beast is gonna go here, but I feel like I'm gonna be safe.
Yep, I'm safe.
Why is that?
Because the beast lands on a red or the fire tile. My character is fire aligned, so he's immune from the beast effect.
You are lucky this day.
Okay, so for my turn, the first thing I'm going to do is draw 1 fire. And I will put out my homunculus right here. And I will move 1, 2, and 3. And I will spend a C to draw the Radiant Arc recipe. And then for my remaining 4 actions, I will move my homunculus here and draw 2 ether.
Alright. Got 3. So... Sorry, Adam.
No.
The beast attacks in the city.
Oh. Why?
I'm sorry.
Okay.
Hopefully there's one you don't need.
Yeah. Probably. Until I draw my next card, I'm like, I need it there.
Yeah, of course.
Goodbye.
He drank that water.
Yes.
Let's see, he was very thirsty beast. I was gonna do one thing, and then I realized I couldn't, and I was like, no. So I'm going to... Where do I go? A bond of water. Drop some of that. I got one of my favorites. And then I will go to ether. And then I will draw, I'll just draw 3 from here.
Okay.
And that's that.
Alright. Alchemy!
Make away.
do that thing I do at restaurants where I look at the menu and I can't choose between the two, and I have to, at the last possible minute,
So I'm gonna use
Pick
that.
one.
Use that for purple, or blue.
What's it gonna be?
the Dryad's powder. I need the material item to satisfy. I gotta get moving here. I gotta get moving, guys. Oops, that was two for that.
Now I got 2 traveling items.
You're just teleporting and flying all over the place.
Pretty much. Let's go.
One more. Next time.
All right, alchemy good.
Mm-hmm.
All right, crest phase then.
Yep.
Do that crest.
Do that crest. Put one in.
There you
Like
go.
Dryad's
Yeah.
powder didn't last long.
Okay.
that. I did use dark matter. I didn't explain it when we were doing alchemy, but what that allowed me to do was to use a reagent, but not use up the card, which allowed me to make it and save a card.
Mm-hmm.
Then put it into my.
Okay.
Up to you.
All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in my Radiant Arc, which is going to be the last item that I need to fully satisfy my crest recipe.
Ew.
I am also going to put in my sprout to satisfy a reagent tile, and then sadly my aspiration item is a relic, and I will be satisfying that one as well. So I have also completed my recipe,
Whoa.
which can happen.
Mm-hmm.
So Eric and I are tied for the win. There is a tie-breaking little system we have. Basically, how well you've done is determined by how much extra you have besides what you had to do to make the crest. Like how much extra were you able to accomplish during the game. So you count up how many cards you have in your hand. They're 1 point each. So I have 6 points here.
I have effectively 2.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's 5 points per made item in your
Mhm.
inventory. So we both have that for 10.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's 6 points for your aspiration, which he still has, and I do not. And it was 1 point for one more thing that I remember forgetting, actually.
Proceed, I think.
Is it proceed?
Yeah, proceed. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Proceed.
so I did
Yeah.
get one more. Okay, so that's... So
Is it
6,
still a tie
7,
again?
I have 17.
I have 5, 10, 16, 17, 18.
Oh!
By 1!
Wow!
By 1
Near-
point,
a near
Eric is
flush.
the Grand Alchemist.
Yeah.
That Philosopher's Stone every time. I love it.
It's good, but it's not unbeatable.
Well, if you still had your aspiration item, then you probably
I
would have
had
taken
a,
it home.
I had a plan to actually get a relic and make it and sacrifice that all in one turn, so that I wouldn't have done that because I knew it was going to come down to the moment. But I couldn't do it, so so close.
Yeah.
Good game.
Good game,
It was
good
a
game.
game.
So there you go, everybody.
pretty close.
That's one full playthrough of Alkemia. We hope you liked what you see, and if you do, consider picking up a copy when it's available. So from all of us at KinSoul Studio, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And we'll see you around.
Thanks for watching.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.